Mother Teresa once said, "When a poor person dies of hunger, it has not happened because God did not take care of him or her. It has happened because neither you nor I wanted to give that person what he or she needed." Imagine being uncertain when your next meal might be. How would you feel knowing you've been denied the privilege of food? According to Feeding America, in the US, 1 in 7 people face hunger every year. As a sophomore in college, plenty of food is served to me, so hunger in America would never come across my mind. I'm sure that most people do not have to worry about being hungry every day, but there are people who do. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, hunger is defined as a feeling of discomfort or weakness caused by a lack of food. Good afternoon. My name is Anita Abraham. I would like to thank my fellow speakers for informing the class about various topics to allow us to become more aware of our world. Today I'll be discussing what hunger means for the U.S., Ulster County, and families. Let us take a closer look at what hunger in America means in terms of the United States and then in our own county here in Ulster. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, in 2018, 14.3 million households were food insecure. That is 11.1%. Food insecure means people don't have enough money to buy food. Hunger in America is mostly affected by 3 groups: low-income households, households with children headed by a single woman, and African American non-Hispanic households. Let us take a look at some data from the USDA, which shows that in 2018, households with low income is 12%, whereas households with children headed by a single woman is 9.4%, and lastly, Black non-Hispanic households are 9.1%. The face of hunger and poverty in the U.S. is quite different from images we often see in other countries. The face of a poor person in the U.S. is a middle-class person who works but still can't afford food because of daily unexpected life changes. In 2017, 39.4% of adults admitted to having struggled for food, according to a new survey from Urban Institute. While this only seems to impact people with lower incomes, it also spreads to higher income households and communities with/without people who are employed. Hunger is inevitable towards anyone. In fact, in America alone, 40 million people struggled with hunger. For children who experience food deprivation, they're at a higher risk to fall into anxiety, depression, asthma, weakness, and much worse. So based on the numbers, it is clear that higher food income households deal with food insecurity. Now let's take a closer look at the effects of food insecurity in our communities. What does hunger in America mean for Ulster County? Ulster County utilizes a program called SNAP, which stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. As stated by the USDA, SNAP provides nutrition benefits for supplement to the food budget for needy families so that they can purchase healthy food and move towards self-sufficiency. In fact, 45 million Americans rely on payments from SNAP to buy food every month, according to the USDA. Households with children receive 2/3 of these benefits. For Ulster County, SNAP used to go by Food Stamp Program, which is defined as a state-administered federal nutrition assistance program. The program was designed for people who meet a certain financial criteria. If a person is eligible, each month an amount of credit is placed in an account which the person can then use to spend money for food. About 3 in every 20 residents in Ulster County, including approximately 1 in 5 adolescents, often lack enough food to meet the necessary dietary needs. Let us take a look at some statistics involving Ulster. In 2010, about 12% of all households, 15% of all families with young children, and 47% of all single mother families with young children had incomes below the poverty line in Ulster County. An unprecedented 70.6% of all single mother families living in poverty reside in the village of Ellenville. In 2011, approximately 14% of all households earned benefits from SNAP. For families that did not earn SNAP benefits, 7.8% had incomes below the level of poverty. In the county, food prices are nearly double the national SNAP value. Now that we have discussed how hunger impacts our local county, let's discuss a real-life story of how people face hunger firsthand. What does hunger in America mean for our families? The Williamson family has been in and out of poverty for years. Connie and Butch Williamson have 3 children, who are 8, 14, and 18. The Williamson small apartment consists of Connie, her family, as well as her sister and brother-in-law. So it is definitely a challenge for this family to have enough food for everyone. Connie, as described in the article, a daily fight to find food for one family's story, is a heavy-set woman who goes through an exhausting monthly routine trying to get enough food. This family goes to their local food pantry once a month, and by the end of the month, they have their food stamps. They notice that they're running low. It is families like Connie's that rely on government programs like SNAP in order to survive. The family only makes $18,000 a year from Connie's husband. Some days, Connie and her husband even starve themselves in an effort to feed their children. Her only hope is that the children, when they grow older, will have enough money to buy food. Now that we have talked about what hunger means for our families, let's reflect on hunger in America. So many people in our world face hunger. In today's speech, we merely scraped the surface. It is important to be grateful for all the food we have and to think about people who don't have food every day and go without meals. However, by becoming more aware of this issue, we spread awareness about hunger. We spoke about what hunger means for America, Ulster County, and families. Next time we complain about a meal or throw away food for no reason, take a moment and think about those who cannot afford this commodity. Thank you.